Hello, this is DIef, and welcome to episode 14 of D's Vlog. I know I was going to wait to talk about the Super Bowl until next week, and that's still happening, but episode I'm going to talk about something that I put a lot of thought into last night. Um, I was at a lecture down at Ryerson University last night with my friend Sonia, and the speaker was Paul Gross, as you know, actor, movie director, and producer. And he was talking about like how his life in the industry has gone, and there's some interesting points that came up through it. And one of the ones that really struck a chord with me was his views on how Canadians view the arts and culture within their own country. Um, he mentioned Paul Gross said that basically when it comes to Canadian culture and Canadian arts, Canadians tend to ignore it when it's within their own country, but when a project goes overseas and receives critical acclaim over there, then that's when Canadians start to notice. And I'm inclined to agree with that because it seems that we as Canadians don't seem to pay attention to our homegrown arts when they're within our own country. Yeah, it always seems that like if say a movie or a TV series goes foreign, like case in point, a good example is recently Canadian TV comedy Corner Gas was picked up in the United States on WGN, and it's from what I understand, it's having a successful run down there. And it seems that like we as Canadians, we really don't notice a movie project or a TV series unless it gets acclaimed, whether it be in the United States or Europe or wherever. And I find it very discouraging because we should pay more attention to our homegrown culture, our homegrown arts, and we really shouldn't have to worry about making sure that it gets acclaim elsewhere before it actually gets acclaim here. And that's the thing that I think we as Canadians should really pay attention to. And this doesn't necessarily apply to the arts and culture only. Just think you need further proof. Just look at like our Canadian sports teams or Canadian athletes. It seems that Canadian athletes don't get really much attention unless they get their acclaim on the world stage. And it seems that like say for example our Olympic athletes, for example, you don't hear very much about it unless they go to a world championships or the Olympics themselves, and that's the only time we seem to pay attention to them. We don't really take a good look at them while they're trying to build up their career here in Canada before they step out into the world stage. And I think it's part of that stigma that like really affects how we look at ourselves. And personally, I think that we should take a better look of ourselves and notice, like, hey, there's some great stuff going on in the culture and the arts, and we should really pay close attention to it and appreciate for what it really is, because like there's a lot of stuff out there, whether it be movies, TV series, that don't get shown abroad, yet there's some really good stuff out there. But now I have to admit there are some Canadian projects that really aren't all that good. Like not naming any names, like Trouble for Tracy, for example, the old Canadian TV series from the '70s. Oh god, that was awful. But anyway, yeah, there's some really good Canadian arts out there that really should be noticed. Movies like Les Boys or Bon Cop, Bad Cop. And basically, they really don't get the attention that they deserve. And I see that you don't need an Oscar, you don't need a Golden Globe, you don't need to be acclaimed at a foreign film festival to really get recognized. And I say we as Canadians should take better a better look at it and appreciate of what it really is. That's basically what I think that we as Canadians should do. I'm like, go out there. You don't have to see a movie. I don't know if any real good Canadian movies are out there right now, but or look at like some good TV series that are coming out, like Little Mosque on the Prairie, Corner Gas, which is just finishing up its run this season, or even some new Canadian series like that being Erica on CBC. Although I did see the pilot episode and I'm kind of on it, but you have to really sift through the dirt to find some good diamonds in the rough, and that's all I'm asking. And like, it doesn't have to be a movie or a TV series. You can go out to a bookstore and read a good book. I'm like by a Canadian author. I'm not necessarily saying there's any I know of because I'm not really much of a literary person, but if you look hard enough, you'll find some good stuff and you'll be pleasantly surprised. So that's all I'm saying. We as Canadians, we should take a better look at our arts and appreciate it for what it is. So that's pretty much what I want to say. Episode 14 is now in the books, and I promise episode 15, Super Bowl, next week. Thanks for watching.